So here's the scenario. You're invited to a party where there will be 100 other people. Now, 99 of these people like you and one doesn't. So here's my question in the form of multiple choice. Do you A, flock around the 99 people who like you and don't concern yourself with the one that doesn't? Or B, do you flock around the 99 people and worry about the one person that doesn't like you? Or C, do you flock around the one person sucking up trying to get them to like you? Well, if you're a person who needs to be liked and needs to be validated, you might want to stick around for this segment of Common Sense Therapy. Hi everybody, Dr. Phil Carrick, and welcome to Common Sense Therapy. Before we get going, if you're new here, I'd like to welcome you and ask you to consider hitting that subscribe button and also the bell icon so you'll be notified when new videos come out. Also, at any time, if this video benefits you in any way, I'd really appreciate you hitting that like button. And any constructive criticism or other comments is welcome in the comment section below. So, once again, which one of these do you answer? And if you answer yes to any of them or even consider them, then you might want to consider the fact that you're looking for love in all the wrong places. You see, when we look for outside validation, we think it's going to help our self-esteem. The problem with that, however, is that it's called self-esteem, not what other people think of me esteem. Now, the need for doing this could be from several different causes, all stemming from childhood primarily. And I know we always go back to childhood, but please consider this. Your childhood is your total foundation of how your life is going to be formulated, how you're going to view the world, how you're going to interact with other people. So yes, it does come from childhood. And some of the reasons that you may need validation from other people are that you didn't get it from your parents when you needed it or got enough for one reason or another, like possibly there was a family member who was ill and they needed a great deal of attention, or you may come from a multiple sibling family to where the attention was given to the newborn baby and the baby was born too close to when you no longer needed the attention, so you didn't get all of that you needed. Or that you could have been criticized, shunned, not felt worthy or deserving enough, or didn't think that that attention was afforded to you for some reason. You may not have deserved it or for anything else. And the truth of the matter is that as we go along in life, we really do need to have attention from other people to help us feel included. However, we don't need the attention to build our self-esteem because once again, it's called self-esteem. Now, if you go along looking for the approval of other people, you may start engaging in behaviors that you assume other people are going to like, and therefore you think they're going to like you. So let me ask you this question. Are they really liking the authentic you? Or are they liking that front that you're putting on? See, happiness doesn't come from the outside in, it comes from the inside out. And needing validation from other people or a pat on the back from other people is kind of like a person who is dependent on cocaine. Typically, there's a joke, although it's pretty much true, that when a cocaine head is snorting a line of coke, the thing that's going through his head, the thought that's going through his head is, when am I going to get the next one? Because, you know, cocaine just lasts for a short period of time. You get that rush and then it goes away. And then after a period of use over a long period of time, you need more of that to get that high back. The same is true with almost every drug there is. So, you know, you're chasing the drug, looking for the high. What you don't realize is every time you get a pat on the back, it gives you a little shot of your own chemistry called dopamine, which is a natural high in and of itself. And if you have low self-esteem, you feel good about yourself. So just like that cokehead, you're going to have that high for a short period of time, followed by the crash, so you're going to need to get another pat on the back. So you go out and get a pat on the back, and that hole in you now just gets bigger and bigger and bigger, because the more you try to fill it, the less it works. And the less it works, the more you try to fill it. So it becomes an endless cycle of dysfunctional behavior, reinforced low self-esteem, and addiction to your own dopamine levels. So there, as you can see, the dysfunctional behavior that we engage in only increases a myriad of problems for ourselves. The one thing that we need to realize, no matter what, no matter how we were treated as youths, no matter how we're treated by other people, we are a worthy person, no matter what. And when we start believing that we're worthy and knowing that we're worthy, we start engaging in behaviors that are healthy. And we no longer need to be liked by other people, but it's nice to get that pat on the back. Once again, if you need it, you're in trouble. But it's nice to have, because we want to feel like we're included in the tribe, because we as a species are tribal in nature, which means we want to feel that inclusiveness. And once again, being validated into the inclusiveness of the tribe is one thing, but needing it to feel good about ourselves is another. And it doesn't work, because we need to do all of the supportive nurturance and loving to ourselves, and knowing that we're worthy no matter what, no matter what. You know, there's a saying, what other people think of me is none of my business. What I think of me is vital. And that's true, because how you view yourself is how you're going to engage in the world. And if you don't feel as though you're worthy, you're going to be extremely self-critical and judgmental on you, like possibly others in your past have been too. And let me ask you, how did it feel when mommy or daddy or the teacher or any other authority figure criticized you? It didn't feel very good. So, you know, you take this upon yourself now, and although you don't actually feel that feeling anymore that you used to when you're young, because you numb yourself with it over a period of time, it still reinforces that feeling of low self-esteem and that sense of unworthiness and not being good enough. And that's just not true. We have to convince ourselves of the truth that we are worthy people and start loving ourselves in the way that we love other people. Now, there's a saying, love your neighbor as yourself, or you have to respect yourself before you can respect other people, or you have to love yourself first in order for you to love other people. And love is a verb as well as a feeling. So what I really encourage you to do is start treating yourself as though you're a worthy person. Now, that doesn't mean going out and buying yourself stuff and getting a high off of getting a new car, a new outfit, you know, a new camera, whatever. What it means is treating yourself in a supportive, nurturing way. When you make a mistake, don't beat yourself up for it. Realize the fact that you're a human being and you're going to make mistakes. Now, others may have criticized you in the past. And if they have, and you have an issue with them, look at what you do to yourself, because the truth of the matter is that you're treating yourself worse than they ever did. And what they did to you is over. You're doing it to you now. You don't have any control over what they did, and you have no control over changing the past, but you certainly do have control over yourself. And I would like to tell you that this is easier than it is, but it's not. It's a lot of hard work. It is not easy at all. Easier said than done, yes. It takes devoted hard work, repetition, repetition, repetition. Many times people start in affirmations trying to improve their self-esteem, and they give up. The reason they give up is because they think that after a certain period of time, they should feel better. This is an ongoing daily issue. I promise you that you're going to see all of these positive people You may watch motivational tapes. You may go to Tony Robbins seminars. You may see Jack Canfield. We all deal with self-esteem issues on a daily basis. We have to counteract these negative messages that are buried inside our brain that come out and come out and come out. We have to override those with different thoughts. And when we do, we create different neural transmissions and different neural connectors in our brain, and we start emitting our own tranquilizing chemicals, our own senses of well-being. But that takes work, and it doesn't go 24/7, 365. You don't do it and quit. It's kind of like going to the gym. For those of you that have ever exercised, you know if you stop working out, whatever you've done in the past is going to fade away. It doesn't stick with you. Well, this is the same thing because your brain is like a muscle. It needs to be worked and worked and worked and worked and worked over and over again. So I've got some homework for you before we close. And this is going to be very challenging. I want you every morning to stand in front of a mirror and look yourself dead square in the eye and say, I love you. And then just stop for a minute and see how you feel. Don't look away from the mirror, stare yourself right in the eye and say, I love you, and see how you feel. And then throughout the day, pay attention to those messages you give yourself that continually hold you down or beat you down or work at your self-worth, and counteract that with a statement like, I love you, or you really are a good person, over and over and over again. These do work. The affirmations do work, but you have to work them. And then pay attention to your behaviors. Anytime you feel the need to run over to get to somebody to like you or get approval of them, stop yourself. Resist the urge, because now you're acting like an addict. I gotta go get my fix. Stop yourself. And just sit down and start nurturing yourself internally, going, you're a good person, you're worthwhile, and then find some positive things that you do. There have got to be some. We all do something positive. Look for those. Find things you're grateful for to start inducing the natural tranquilizers within yourself. So, for those of you that are working on the other exercise that I gave you about getting off your butt and going to do something, how you doing? Leave a comment in the section below, in the comment section below, and let us know how it's going. Are you adding more to it? Are you doing more things? Or are you buying into that, I don't feel like it? Get up and do something for yourself, because you really are worth it. You just have to prove it to yourself. Nobody else can prove it for you. You got to do it for yourself. Okay? All right. So until we see each other again, I want you to take real good care of yourself. And remember, start engaging and loving yourself more often. Take care now. Right in the eye and say, I love you, and see how you feel. And then throughout the day, pay attention to those messages you give yourself that continually hold you down or beat you down or work at your self-worth, and counteract that with a statement like, I love you, or you really are a good person, over and over and over again. These do work. The affirmations do work, but you have to work them. And then pay attention to your behaviors. Anytime you feel the need to run over to get to somebody to like you or get approval of them, stop yourself. Resist the urge, because now you're acting like an addict. I gotta go get my fix. Stop yourself. And just sit down and start nurturing yourself internally, going, you're a good person, you're worthwhile, and then find some positive things that you do. There have got to be some. We all do something positive. Look for those. Find things you're grateful for to start inducing the natural tranquilizers within yourself. So, for those of you that are working on the other exercise that I gave you about getting off your butt and going to do something, how you doing? Leave a comment in the section below, in the comment section below, and let us know how it's going. Are you adding more to it? Are you doing more things? Or are you buying into that, I don't feel like it? Get up and do something for yourself, because you really are worth it. You just have to prove it to yourself. Nobody else can prove it for you. You got to do it for yourself. Okay? All right. So until we see each other again, I want you to take real good care of yourself. And remember, start engaging and loving yourself more often. Take care now.